Yes, it is time.
Lights out. All you have is life. Will come again. Well, your worth was never in question.
I'm not leaving you.
It was you. It was always you. You belong.
I'm the victim
You've
here.
always belonged.
We're not giving up on this. Who the fuck are you?
Please stay with us.
You have nothing to prove.
I'm always here.
No, I'm going to help.
Presses against your fire.
You killed me, Goop.
Snuffs him out.
I don't want you to do this.
So we go, before we start this little adventure, we are going to flash back about 5-7 years. Riddler, where are you at? What's your situation like at that time? A little bit younger.
I'm likely hunched over a pile of junk, working diligently on what I can try and piece together to try and get my deck up and working properly, because it was broken by some jackass. But then what else is new? I just need it to be fixed so I can get back to where I'm supposed to be.
Do you know you're a technomancer at this point in time?
No. I think it just feels... The Matrix just feels right. And I've never really been able to place why.
Yeah. So there's banging on the door. I assume your parents have gone and left and probably won't be back. That milk run is just taking too long.
I'll go up to the door that has 7 different locks on it and peer through the peephole. What?
You see a friend of yours who lives like right down a couple of doors. You guys all live in these containers, the shipment containers, right outside the jewel of Africa, which is Nairobi. This beautiful, beautiful city, or at least it is for those who have a license, a SIN, and work for the corporate court. For everyone else, you have these places right here, and even if you are able to take a few hours a day and clean up the shit, literally, that the corporate court puts out, you still don't make much money past this point. But it's your friend Rain. She is this little, very tiny looking young woman. She kind of has like this kind of a sigh to her face at all times, with her hair just kind of draped over her eyes. And right now, you can tell that her fists are kind of like balled up, and she's shaking a little bit.
I open the door. What's wrong with you?
I don't think things are good right now. I need you to tell me what I'm seeing here. And she like steps in, and she's always been pretty good with tech, and definitely a technomancer. And trying to develop her skills little by little. She kind of just like looks around at the electronics, and the toaster starts like heating up and stuff. She's like, oh wait, sorry, okay. And then like eventually the projector puts out this image, and it's the playground not too far from here. It's developed by some of the community members. It's really just like pieces of pipe and scrap metal put together, and the sharp points have been dulled so that they're a little bit safer, so that kids could potentially have an easier life. But you see a firefight breaking out. People shooting, and there is this elf, this old man who is beside this individual, this mage in a suit. You hear the name Bishop being cried out in the background among the gunfire. And then this elvish man, who you know to be a technomancer, gets shot by some high caliber weapon because his face kind of blossoms out on the other side and falls to the ground, and the fighting just kind of ceases.
I mean, it looked like that guy just got wasted, right? I mean, what else am I supposed to be?
I needed an outside perspective just in case I was wrong.
No, yeah, I think that guy's definitely dead. Has anyone gotten to the body yet? He's probably got stuff on him.
We're all too afraid to go over there. There's still some of the
fair. That's fair.
Local gang members and stuff. I have a bad feeling about everything. I'll hook up with you tomorrow. Yeah, let's play. Let's play RuneScape. Kind of hop back into those old servers.
Yeah, sure. I mean, my bot should have gotten plenty of gold for us by this point. So.
Heck yeah. Yeah, because getting gold regularly in that game is stupid.
It just takes too long. That's not worth either of our times.
All right. Yeah.
Be careful. You know, because you got like the tech sense technomancer stuff. So
yeah. You too. Yeah, I haven't seen my mom in a couple of days, so I'm kind of worried, but
I haven't seen my parents either, but years are a little worth a few more dams than mine, so
yeah.
I'll keep an eye out for her. Before you go, could you just like jumpstart this for me so I don't have to up the amps and risk frying it?
Oh yeah. She kind of like looks at it and just like starts whirring up a little bit after a cough and a hiccup, and then she like just blows on it for extra emphasis. It's like, okay, that should be good. Yeah.
And there's ever just the slightest hint of jealousy underneath the makeup. Just like, yeah, thanks, Rain.
No problem. Okay, tomorrow. And she'll just kind of quickly like dash out. This is the last time you saw Rain. The next day, corporate court members came to each of the trailers asking for technomancers and taking them out, bringing them to a undisclosed location for their safety, because a lot of the gang members have been killing technomancers, and the corporate court is here for your safety. So anyone with abilities or talents in technomancy are being kind of gathered up and put in these very large white buses and delivered to the research facility, which is right next to a drive or a space research facility up in the mountains. Nairobi has this beautiful, cool mountain somewhat close by it where they have this kind of space station research facility where they send ships out and return with information on what's out there and all the beautiful things, and they also research all sorts of interesting and unique things there. But yeah, that supposedly is where they're not calling it a ghetto, but they are saying this is where they are putting the technomancers for their safety for the time being. And that was the last time you ever saw Rain. you didn't see her in RuneScape. And even like as the years went by, you can kind of see like last logged in, as that time keeps creeping forward. So we will come back to the beautiful and wonderful present, as shiny as it is here in Paris, France, the place of romance. Digit, what are you up to?
How long has it been since the end of the campaign, or is this?
We'll say, yeah, it's been like, I mean, because you guys had 3 months between the campaign, so it's like, you know, we'll say like a month, you know, a good time to push the trauma down into places where you can't get to it.
Cool.
Yeah, the numbness starts to set in.
Been long enough to repress a couple of memories.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't want that.
I think she's just sitting at her computer doing work, just draining a little bank account here, redistributing the wealth there. I think she's got a hospital feed up, or 2 hospital feeds up, one of, you know, where Orlay works and one where the other person is. Just, you know, just sitting at her. It's you. Just sitting there doing work, you know, totally in her home, just you know, typing. Yep.
Yeah. And how about you, Horo?
So Horo is got a bit of space, some roof space or outside space. I don't know how the apartment is laid out or what kind of space he's got, but he's making a video. He's making a video for teaching kids who want to get into sort of like elite sports, especially elite parkour, that kind of thing. And he's got a couple of cameras set up. He's got a GoPro, and he's doing this full thing where he's like, "Hey, okay, it's your boy Horo, and today we're gonna build on yesterday's episode and about generating speed. So if you want to produce some of the big moves, you want to leap higher, you want to flip, you want to run along the wall, you're gonna need speed, and it's about generating that speed. Yeah. So what you need to do is." I'm going to get a bit sciencey, but it's about cutting corners. It's about centripetal force. Okay, that's a big word. It just means that you accelerate through corners. Okay, and he's just fully into He's got a little bit of a following now. He's getting into the habit of making these videos, and he's just in there. He's in his elements.
Yeah, it's kind of really cool to see it, and a lot of people are really like digging this sort of like, you don't need a manager or anything like that. Like maybe you don't need the corporations to become what you want to do. Maybe you can just do it yourself. And so pretty much like every day you stream, the number keeps like climbing up steadily. And you even have some offers from like Gatorade and Sunkissed, all sorts of like brand companies that are like, hey, you know, why don't you wear our stuff every now and then, and we'll throw you a couple G's.
Doesn't sit well. Yeah, that corporate sponsorship now is, I mean, I think for the up and coming kids, maybe, but just be careful with the contract. A lot of what he's teaching is how to run elite sports, but also the business side of it. Be careful. Don't just sign your name on anything, you know, get a good lawyer, go through it, make sure that lawyer is not corrupt working for the corp. So goes into that side of it a lot.
And there's even like a lot of some of the like famous celebrity athletes have started to like protest unfair and unjust like contractual agreements, and have stopped like producing until like this is re-examined and looked at, and they are considered people again and not just money-making ventures.
Exactly. Yeah, they pull up the archives. You know, Tay, Brittany. It's all bad. It's all in there. It's they were groundbreaking.
Yay! So, you plan on going to see Digit?
Oh yeah, as soon as I finish this video, I want to go. If she stops streaming, I might have a little listen at the door, see if she's still streaming. But I won't interrupt. I'll wait till she finishes.
Man, we'll say it's about like 1 a.m. when everything is kind of cooled down and chilled out. Now's the perfect time.
Yeah, Digit's just sitting at her computer.
Hey, Digit?
Yep. What's up?
Hey, you hungry?
I could go for a bite to eat.
Okay, yeah.
Were you thinking about anything in particular? Because I'm not that picky.
You choose. I mean, I'm just gonna. You choose. It's up to you. Hey, do you know what today is?
No. Am I forgetting something? Is it like Bill Day or something like that?
No, it's like, Oh, so how long did you say it was off from the Fireflies?
A month? About a month?
Yeah, 1 month.
It's like a month since I moved in.
Oh yeah, it has been.
Yeah. I mean,
should we do like a cake or something like that? I don't know. Are you? Well, I can see what's on DoorDash.
Yeah, you hear a banging on your wall of your like next door like neighbor in the like apartments condos that you guys are living in, and this is actually a place that you reside in. This housemate is a this tiny kind of older dwarf woman who has like this chainsaw for a right arm, and rent's just cheaper to split with, so you guys have kind of like just got this little apartment together. She's just dark skinned with like vibrant purple hair that like changes color when she shakes her head, and she like smacks her chainsaw against the wall, and it's like, hey, make sure to use protection. Kevlar, preferably. You don't want to. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It's not safe on the streets.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
thanks.
Can you guys like when you guys do something? Can you do it between the hours of like 3 and 5? I find that the creaks of the bed kind of help me go to sleep.
Oh, Jesus.
God.
Okay.
What?
That is private business, and
Creaks.
Look, if your neighbors don't know, you're not doing it right. So, all right, you kids have fun. Smacks the wall again.
well, yeah, very.
Thanks. Let's get out of here. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's just go somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
we could just go outside. Go outside. Supposedly,
Yeah, it's late. No one's gonna be about. We can. I mean, I'm wired. I mean, I'm still amped from the video I just made. It's sick. If you get, if
when you
have
need
a
me
look
to edit it,
Yeah. Would that be cool?
Yeah, of course. Let me find a taxi somewhere to go because I still cannot drive. No, actually, Digit can drive. No, Digit
I got my
can't drive.
bike.
You got your bike.
I got my bike.
It's been a hot second.
That way you can wrap your hands around.
And that you like saying I've got my bike, and that there's that flashback to that night in Paris, zooming to the hospital, and Digit's arms around me, just
Mm-hmm. You can feel like the muscles around his pecs.
Christ, sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There was that.
So every time.
There was that. There's danger, but there's also that adrenaline from being in such a dangerous situation, and then just that kind of physical contact as well. It was just
motorcycles vibrating as it's going down the highway. Some good stuff.
That's banked. That one's banked.
Mm-hmm. What did they go? Is going in my oh god. Oh, there's a good word for that, and I forgot it. But D, your there's a knock on your apartment, and your chainsaw friend is currently trying to put ham on a sandwich with her left fleshy arm and her right chainsaw arm, and it's just kind of like.
Okay. You can ask for help.
No, I'm fine. I'm fucking fine. It's just
if you slice through the bread, you don't have any more slices. You can't have some of my bread.
I got it. And it's like mayo's dripping on the floor. Like, yes.
Yep. Okay. All right. You eat so gracefully. It truly is an inspiration.
Yeah, it's a wonder why I'm single, right?
Can't believe it. Honestly.
It's weird.
Did you say something about Kevlar? Was I listening?
Oh yeah. The couple, the newly married couple next door, right? Like every night I hear
fucking newlyweds.
That's not us, is it? They're not talking about us.
What?
And a lot of ahs and but the first night it was okay, but after that I realized I can't sleep without it, so
oh my god, they are talking about us.
You need therapy.
That happening?
Also,
Did that happen?
I feel like I haven't. I mean, I guess I haven't been listening. I mostly try and tune out neighbors. I don't know why you try and listen.
Well, I got the little advanced listening gear stuff in my head. I got it implanted a couple weeks ago, but I just forgot to turn it off one day, and I was like, okay, that's annoying. And then about 30 minutes into it, I was like, but I'm also getting hot and heavy, so let me try out this other thing I got. And then, after a couple of days, it's just been it's been a nice routine,
Listen, voyeurism is nothing to be ashamed of. I'm glad.
I'm not ashamed of anything. It's just
I've noticed. I've noticed with you getting in and out of the shower. Not much shame to spare.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough trying to shave your legs with a chainsaw.
Oh.
I am not surprised you froze with that reveal. Of Digit and Horo are just at it.
I think they're just horribly mishearing the situation.
I didn't even know we'd kiss, and then all of a sudden we're banging.
Yeah, it's
and Mitch's frozen again. Look.
Oh no.
Make people making stuff up freeze. Say what?
I feel like we go back to those nights, and it's Horo smacking the side of a PC unit. Why aren't you working? Why is this streaming gear not?
None of it works for my PC.
Yeah,
you gotta smack it.
Or Digit trying to fiddle with a wrench and get a bolt into place. It's just God.
You're oh god, it's very deep in there, and I'm trying to get it out, but
why is it so tight? It's
it's really you should get a firmer grasp on it.
Can you spit on it? Maybe that'll help get it in there.
God.
If you just
spit on it.
Spit on the screwdriver for me. But yeah, you have this knock at the door, Ridley.
Fuck's sake. Could you have mayonnaise all never mind. I'm gonna go answer the door.
Yeah, she's on the couch with a spot of mayonnaise on her chest, and she's wearing this very chill bra and sweatpants. There's a lot of cyberware on her. She's definitely a street samurai, as she's turning on Gilmore Girls.
Now, question, as someone new to this system, from what I understand, if I have a machine sprite, they can like control a little like actual physical device. Okay, then I will not go to the door. I'll go in like viewing range of the door and say, open it, Toby.
Yeah, and Toby's like, sure.
And Tobias, just this small little like amalgamation of very ramshackled scrap parts, sort of like floats through the air. And as it gets close, its RFID unlocks all the electronic locks and the door just sort of pushes open. What?
Her hair, when it was kind of auburn, is now like this bright pink. She has a scar on her face near where her lips are, kind of sunken in cheekbones and like these dark circles under her eyes. She still has her fist kind of balled up, but this time less from anxiety and more just this is her life on a day-to-day basis. Wearing jeans with knee pads on them and a leather jacket, which just kind of barely touches the floor as it's kind of draped over her shoulder. She's wearing a turtleneck underneath it, a black one that just goes covers her neck. And she waves. Hey.
I close the door. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy shit. Put your fucking tits away. And I like run back to my room and like, I just shout that to the lady on the couch and I run back to my room and just as quickly as I can, I'm just scrambling the makeup together. And I look at the like sort of burnt, like the empty pill baggies and I just go, and I grab as many of them as I can and go, Toby, open your lid. And I just shove the plastic back and then I run back to the door and I go,
yeah, when you come back, like you were hit with in the face, or you can dodge it. It's clearly seeable. But a bra with some mayo dripped on it.
Fuck's sake.
She's like, yeah. Every time someone tells me that, they're just gonna be whipped out.
God,
you're welcome.
All right, and I open the door and go, hey, what's up?
Is this a good time? Bad time?
It's as good as it could be. How did you know I was here?
Just kind of poking around. Maybe a little bit of intuition, a little bit of luck. Time, of course. I've been in Paris for about 2 years now.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, I want to ask for your help.
My help?
Yeah.
What? I mean, you are always better at all the things I did anyway. What do you need my help for?
Well, I think if anything, I've learned that talent is just a crosshair for unfortunate incidences that will persist every day. I finally spread the ashes of my mom here in Paris, where she met my dad on the bridge with all the locks on it. She was killed, or I killed her. The corporations had made her into so much more machine than anything else. So I thought it'd be appropriate.
Rainer, are you a Shadowrunner?
Yeah, I'm a runner.
I I mean, I'm just some fucking loser on a cyber deck. I don't think I can. If you couldn't deal with whatever it is, what makes you think I can?
Because I have faith in you. You have something that a lot of people lack, which is a sense of decency and maybe even sensitivity.
You know, I haven't seen my parents in almost as long as I've seen you, and turns out they're fine. New kid, different continent, just don't worry about me, I guess. So my parents are dead to me, if that's a bit of camaraderie for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the next part is just distributing their ashes all over Paris.
Can't wait for the day. This is Iona.
And she like
I mean, I guess I can help you, but I just have a couple of sprites and a few forms that I can take. I don't know how to like go up against a corporation or anything. Well, I mean, I steal from Netflix fairly regularly, but outside of that,
yeah, but that's like low hanging fruit.
yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, sure, I'll help you with whatever you need help with, but damn, I haven't seen you in forever.
It's been a long time and so much has happened. You could pretty much consider the person you had known to be gone, and maybe a familiar stranger is before you now.
Fucking cheers to that. It's actually been 7 years, 35 days, and 17 hours since you last logged into RuneScape. So I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Oh, jeez, it's gonna take so much time to get back.
No, I mean, I kept farming for you, so. Maybe.
Thanks. I think I'd like to hop back in one day.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit. Come in, I guess. Toby, tell 45 to. He can probably drop the mining form and just be on standby.
Let's meet in the other apartment. And she points at Digits in Horo's apartment.
Hey, why?
I don't know. I don't like people. Okay. All right. Fine.
Yeah, but they're very likable. And she like flips up a data pad, and you see like Horo and Digit with bounties on their head of 10,000 Nuyen and climbing. It's like,
Hey, a question. Would Digit have an alert on the Matrix for hits like that? Yeah, okay.
probably, yeah.
Next
and
story,
you're like,
Digit's like, Horo, we gotta pack up. We gotta go.
And-
DoorDash is looking really good right now, yeah?
Like
And
dashing
are
out
we
the door.
trying to turn them in? Because 20,000 Nuyen could... Unless they're friends. If they're friends, then I didn't say that.
they're not friends. I think after we use them, you can do what you want with them. But let's use them first.
All right, let me grab Amelia, and I'll go and grab my cyber deck, which has this, much like every sprite that you will see, has this face paint, like labeled over something else. It's in
You're
green
fine.
and purple, and there's a question mark in the center of it.
Oh, heck yeah.
I'll be back, Iona, probably. If I die, don't touch my shit.
You just hear the smacking of mayo and ham and the Gilmore Girls in the background. And Rain knocks on your door, Digit and Horo.
Did you get the pop-up for our bounties on her?
You expect anyone?
Were you?
No.
Just quietly pulling out a gun, you know, a thing, just a secret tool to help us later. Can she flick through the she's wily and tech related. Could she peek through the camera that she's probably set up for the door? Like
all the cameras.
What's up with all the cameras outside, not inside the house.
Yeah, you see Rain and Riddler outside in the hallways, and Rain is knocking on the door again and says, "Hey, I know Nax."
Do you recognize?
Do I recognize? I mean, we probably recognize Riddler from being a next door neighbor.
Yeah,
No,
no.
Never has a
next door to you. You've never seen this person in your life.
I don't recognize other these people, but
is there a coincidence? Because I'd probably be close to you, and like if that bounty pops up, I was like, are we fucking compromised? Are they here? Are they gonna hit us?
I don't know. You should grab bag and get ready to run if we need to.
Invisible.
What do you want? Just holding.
Just want to talk. There's something that I think you can help me with.
That being what exactly?
Do we really want to have this discussion through doors?
I don't. I don't.
Yeah.
Can I do a cursory dig on the Matrix for some information on these dweebs?
Yeah, of course.
All right, okay. This is data processing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Data processing. I'm gonna use logic. Okay. Please roll. 6 hits.
Ooh, nice. Riddler, what would they find out about you from a cursory like internet search and looking through all the chats?
A cursory search, you find a Twitter profile, you find a Roll20 account, you find several different like game login accounts. The motif seems to be mostly green with an outline of purple. I don't know how good 6 hits is.
Oh, it's very, 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 very good. Yeah.
Then you probably also notice a couple of different, very much deeper creations with the face paint that you see on the person in your camera. And you probably would have heard of a couple of sprites and programs made by this person run through that are used in a lot of different places. Yeah.
And for Rain, nothing.
Oh, another thing you'd probably find, Digit, you would know that one of this person's specialties within the Matrix is cleaning and erasing traces of people and tags and such. So are you gonna let us in, or like what?
Do you have any weapons on you? What's that portal?
Are we in danger?
I don't think so. I gonna be honest, they look kind of scrawny. I'm pretty sure you could probably handle them by yourself if it came down to it.
I'm just gonna hide up here. Let's let him in.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I'm gonna climb, like, on top of a bookcase, something like that. Invisible.
Yeah.
Let me cast a spell, because I'm gonna cast a spell, so there'll be some drain involved.
What? Do you guys have a mana barrier in your apartment?
Ooh. Could we have gotten one with money?
Oh yeah. You could pay someone. Someone comes in,
absolutely.
they're like, installing the cable, and the mana barrier too.
So many.
Rain will start walking in, and then like turn around and you have to stay outside, as she seems to talk to someone not there, and then nods to D and it's like, all right, let's do this.
Fuck. Okay. Hey, Toby, activate the white noise generator, please.
Toby's like,
thank you.
That's more like brown noise, dude. There you go. That's white noise.
And this person just looks unbelievably awkward, as though they are trying to figure out how they should be standing behind Rain.
So, what do you want? And how did you find us? Me and consequences, and just have consequences. Just wiggle out.
It's fucking terrifying.
As intended.
But just so you know, I have a spirit outside. And while the mana barrier is cool, if you try anything against myself or the Riddler, I will have that spirit come in and wreak havoc.
Well, so like vice versa. I have quite a few friends who one has particular anger issues. So let's call it a truce. I don't hurt you, you don't hurt me. We don't fuck around, right? And no finding out.
Deal.
Cool. So what exactly do you fucking want?
What do you know about the sun and the moon?
They're in the sky.
How about the stories, right?
There's a lot of different stories from a lot of different cultures about the sun and the moon. You're going to have to be a little more specific. It's like text. It's like shooting a eye emoji at Horo's phone.
There are a group of spirits near Mount Kilimanjaro, those who protested against the drive and the use of the mountain to send things up into space. Among those spirits is a very old one. And spirits are old in general, but when I say old, I mean really old. And they used to tell a story about how the sun and the moon are actually in the waters, that they reflect out into the sky, and they long each and every day to see each other, and so they're chasing one another. They haven't seen each other for quite some time, but one day there's that hope that they'll see each other again, become one, and just rest in the waves. It's a beautiful story, but there is some truth to it. Sun and the moon are two spirits that are involved in technology, the corporation.
And what about the sun and the moon brings you here today?
So you know how there's a spirit of electricity because humanity has discovered it. There's a spirit of mankind. There's spirits of all sorts of things, and things that have only come around because we've created something here on this plane. Through that, we can kind of link that we are connected, at least spiritually, with each other. I know what happened to Nax, and I know what happened to the Technomancers. And it frustrates me that no one remembers the genocide of the Technomancers and the horrible things the corporate court has done using them.
When you say the corporate and the using, I let the invisibility drop, and you just see Horo like crouched up on top of a bookcase.
Oh shit!
With an Ares 4 like pistol, aimed fucking down the barrel at easily switching between you both. Like swaying like that. And I was like, tell us what you know and how we can fuck those corporations up.
So let's get one thing straight. The corporations, there is not a way to fuck them up. The best we can do is live our lives and cut out spaces for ourselves and the people we love away from them. I've, within the recent couple of years, have buried the notion of a righteous victory. But we can have some victories. And one of them is making sure everyone understands what happened to the Technomancers, that they were taken from their homes in Nairobi, here in Africa, that they were brought to the facility and they were used and experimented on. And something happened and people just forgot.
Was Nax with you?
Yeah, I had known Nax the last 5 years. She and I used to do things together. I used to check in every now and then. She was lonely.
Is that where those buses took you to?
Yeah.
Hey, it'll switch to the left eye, which is like a red visor-like screen, and I'll send a message to Garriodin Mark 45 and say, find me everything you can on a Nax, and I'll just set that as the task for him.
Excellent. Go ahead and data processing.
Fantastic.
Would that be information that Digit could have? Oh no, probably find the same amount of information that Digit tried to find when we first started out, which was not much.
And so the number that I have in a skill is the amount of dice that I roll, correct? So data processing, and it's just that one pool.
Yeah, if you're using the sheet, if you press data processing, it'll include your attribute.
It'll ask if you want to use like willpower, logic, or intuition. Should
yeah.
be.
Gotcha.
Well, you're a technomancer, actually. It might be.
I am.
So many
Little
dice.
Fireface. So many dice.
Oh yeah, my favorite was my friend rolled 40 dice one time, and it took us like 5 minutes to figure out how many hits they had, and then they're like, "I'm spending some points to re-roll some," and I'm like, "Ah, fuck."
You're a
Here we go.
you're a dick. I mean, like,
Use roll 20, bro. Use roll 20. Just click a button.
Okay. All right. I didn't completely add this stuff into Roll20. I have my sheet somewhere else. But what I can do is do the. Oh God, nope, not plus 30. I promise it's not plus 30. All right.
I mean, it could be. I don't know.
Like that. I think. Question mark. I think I did that right.
Okay, yeah. All right. So looking over, Nax didn't really make much waves. She does have a MySpace account that's old and gone, as well as a Facebook and Twitter. But other than being a recluse the last couple of years and severely behind on their taxes, there's not much there.
I think there'd be a death certificate now, wouldn't there?
She didn't have a sin, so yeah.
Wait.
The story of stealing the memories of the history of what's happened to the technomancers is very close to home to Horo. The whole taking over memories is too close, and it's like these people have come in and just like spilled the story, and it's just like Horo has been living in his beautiful bubble with Digit, and all of a sudden just pop, and it's just like, I fucking hate them. I hate what they stand for, those corps, and this is the fight. We can't beat them, like Rain said, but we just want to live. We just want to carve out that space, right, and let people know what happened.
Yeah, you hear another knock from the wall, a chainsaw hitting it. Are we still on for 2 a.m. or are we? I'm trying to figure out my schedule for tonight. I might try to call someone to come over.
Yeah, call that person. Mind your business. God.
Okay.
What the hell?
Listen, I'm so sorry about her. She's
You know her? You know her?
What?
Well, that's my roommate.
You live next door?
What? We've never even seen you, and you live right next door.
I don't go outside, okay? It's weird out here. I like being in my computer.
Okay, I also like being in my computer, but I also go outside. I go on walks. I go to that bakery, like down the block.
There's a bakery down the block?
Yes, they have really lovely croissant. Have you not had their croissant? Because like
another knock. If you guys are going to the bakery, can you this sandwich didn't work out?
No, stop listening! Oh my god! I'm just gonna pick up like a boombox and just stick it to the wall and just blast like white noise, like.
Okay, thanks. It's gonna be a long night.
Oh my god!
So much white noise now.
Okay. Real quick, just as an injection. Yeah, are we okay with me rolling my actual dice? Because I.
Oh yeah, of course.
Go for it. Yeah, if you want to.
My sheet is not on roll 20.
You need to shake the dice by the mic so we get the ASMR.
Yeah, like
absolutely. Fantastic. And I'll go. All right. Well, listen. I don't know where you're expecting to start with all of this, Rain, but if you want to, I can send 45 to start digging through some corporate mess. He's pretty quiet. He's a crack, so.
Would Digit at this point have been able to pull that information regarding the name of the like sub corporation that had Nax?
Yeah.
I have somewhere you could start with. You're good at digging and cleaning information, so maybe this is more your bag. And to shoot off the name of that corporation and most of anything that Digit has found regarding like its subsidiaries, where its offices used to be, that sort of thing. I forgot the name of it, but it's something French and unpronounceable to me.
Oh yeah, I think it was like Lulupel,
like something illumination. I don't know.
Le
Croissant.
You get this information of this this little corporate thing. I mean, just with like a quick Google search, you understand, Riddler, that this is a very poorly made up front for something. Like it has like that typical like website design that sucks so much that they're either really bad or they're a front.
Okie doke. So what I'll do is I'll literally just drop to the floor and like cross my legs, and I'll get in contact with my crack sprite, Garriodin Fort Mark 45, and I'll say, hey Gary, all right, yep. So you're gonna be looking at, and Garriodin is like this probably like 7 foot tall orc person with long blue hair, and their hands are chained together. And I say, all right, Gary, so you're going to be looking into this thing that I can't pronounce. But I don't want you to do it. Get some fucking rando and have them be the front for when you go through it. And I'm going to have him have a sustained puppeteer complex form active. So rather than having himself look through the data, he's going to grab someone else's sprite and then make them do the actual searching.
Yeah, actually, I have someone in mind who is easily manipulative or awesome. Manipulated.
Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, no problem.
And I have focused concentration 6, so I don't think I need to roll to have him cast that at a 6th level, question mark?
Ooh, I think you're good.
Cool. And all right, he it shouldn't take him too long, but if do y'all have a bathroom?
Yes. Do you not?
I mean, we do. It's just that's where the possum lives. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah. I don't think the layout's that different when I was checking the apartments. Is this the same place that you find your bathroom?
Yeah.
The one that's not connected to a bedroom.
I feel like for you guys, your roomie got a porta potty and put it outside on like the fire escape.
Oh my god.
Like, bathroom there's like 2.
Air fresheners taped to like every inch of the porta potty.
Car air fresheners, those little trees just all over
yeah.
it.
Fantastic. And I want to go in there and just pull out a baggie and just take 2 pills real quick.
Heck yeah. Get you in that nice spot. Rain's gonna look around and sit down. And we kind of cut away to Vanna and the sprite, Gary, digging into information. And it's like this whole side quest that could probably be its own thing. But then like a couple minutes later, you get a data file.
Hey, Toby, project this for me. And a light will come on the flying droid, and I'll just like Tony Stark on the fucking Quinjet, and I'm just like projecting things. I'm like, all right, so this is what we know, what I could find at least. Their front up is pretty lackluster, so I'm guessing that means that they don't much care if people find out about the other side of things, which either means that people who look into it end up dead, or people who look into it can't do anything about it. So.
Rain, When was the last time you saw an axe?
About a year ago.
Does that seem to line up with timeline of like Nax getting grabbed?
Yeah.
Did any group of technomancers, maybe 8 or so, ever go before this memory removal? Did anybody, a group of 8, maybe go missing?
Look, they took thousands of technomancers. I'm sure they had a few left that hadn't been used up.
Just Digit's gonna look at these two.
What you thinking?
They did something to Nax and the other technomancers.
What'd they do?
Made a wish.
Like the men. They used them.
Or they were going to. And
Sorry?
They'd used them before. There's others, remember? They drained them.
It's true.
Okay, what is that?
That's what I was going to ask.
The way you think and you interact with the Matrix is very different than how I interact with the Matrix. Very different than how Horo interacts with the Matrix. And
I don't.
This side corporation found some way to utilize technomancers and use them to manipulate the
Everything.
Matrix. Yeah.
Everything.
Can I make a host design check to see if I recognize anything about what they're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's going to be 16 dice.
Oh, yeah. 16 dice.
Nice. Shit.
Also, Horo, are you looking in the astral?
Yeah, always. Always.
Oh, who do you see at the door?
Yeah.
Is there a spirit like up against the barrier?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
You see this like 10-foot tall woman with kind of almost tiefling-esque with horns and like blue eyes, just sizzling, wearing like this dark red robe that is slightly on fire, with smoke coming out of her ears and her eyes, and she's like pressed against the mana barrier like
Now I'm like,
and she's looking at you.
hey.
Remind me one more time. A success is a 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so then that is 9 hits.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's epic. That's epic.
So you're looking for the technomancers and anything related to the wish, yeah?
Yeah, I'm looking for that because I don't know what the hell they're talking about, and that seems like something I should know about.
Yeah, there was an article printed about 10 years ago that came from one of the scientists who used to work at the drive at Mount Kilimanjaro. The paper described this sort of synthetic material that they've developed by using some materials they've retrieved from outer space. This new like organic material that helps communicate at speeds greater than the wires and the digital air information. And it kind of goes into theories on how this could be used and like the potential possibilities of how it could if information is infinite in our day and age, and it mostly is because there is so much to know, but if this infinite data could be organized and correlated via these fibers and an appropriate hard drive / computer, you could pretty much achieve anything, like cure cancer, end poverty, all sorts of things, because the answer is out there. It just needs to be organized and developed. It would just need something to connect to it in order to do so. And so there's a lot of discussions, and it's a whole 30-page research paper.
I will save that. I'll save a copy to Amelia, my cyber deck, and a copy to Toby, and a copy to Gary.
Gary's like, this is cool. Can I forward this to my contact who helped?
Do you trust them?
No.
Will they cause me direct trouble?
Not you trouble, no.
Then I don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna send this out. Cool.
Fucking Banna every time. I swear to God.
That is chaos.
Okay, so Rain, this wish thing seems legit, what they're talking about, but you said it drained the people it happened to?
Yeah, so I don't understand it, but from what I understand, it was that technomancers in particular were used as a statistical kind of calculator or computer,
like a supercomputer,
a supercomputer that could take in all the data and predict what was going to happen.
So they're overclocking
accurately
resonance to get the predictions done faster.
Yes, and in the process would burn them out.
Fucking kill them, man. It was killing them.
Yeah, that's the
That's
where we got next.
Terribly inefficient. That's just wasteful to resources, though. If you would just run them slower and get more technomancers.
She was not a resource, okay? She was a friend.
Right.
And capitalism doesn't really care about the conservation of resources. It's just
no, you're right. Okay,
and she'll put an arm on Horo's arm. It's fine.
Right.
It's okay.
Sorry. I'm not really good with.
No.
So.
No, I mean, I feel like if you've been around for any amount of time, you kind of lose your humanity and you have to adopt something else.
Well, that is why I like what you said about getting the story of what happened to the technomancers out, getting their memories out there so people know what the fuck happened. And if we can deal them a blow, I'm down for that.
So we're in? Us four?
Well, I look over it. Digit.
Yeah. Just like a small nod.
Well, I'm not a Shadowrunner or a cool person with a multitude of guns. I feel like there's more guns in this apartment than I've seen. But
you've seen one gun.
Yeah.
I've seen one gun.
Right.
Okay. Do you not? Even I have just gonna flash. Even I have one. It's not mine. It's just a small
Right. Yeah. I'm not very good with physical threats. I
mean, neither am I. That's why. That's why and just how consequences. I imagine it's just
I'm the Riddler. Physical threat. If you meet our friend Paladin, No,
Oh my god. Yeah,
she's a
literally.
physical threat. Okay.
she will blow you away, quite literally.
So Consequences is a put together furry unit with very long arms, which kind of stretches out of the backpack sprouting from Digit's back and kind of like turns to you and like has like this upside down face and smile. And when it smiles, you notice that those are human lips. And then it just kind of like its head retreats back into the bag.
Hey Rain, can we have just like a quick like one-on-one like team meeting kind of thing?
Yeah, sure. It's like, hold on, real quick. Let's what's up?
So I feel like what you've done here is like tie a lead weight around my waist and then thrown me into the deep end. And I'm just feeling just a wee bit out of my depth here, love. So are you sure that I am the person to help you with this?
She'll like, in a surprisingly tender moment, place her forehead against yours. What drowns and falls to the deep has to rise. And you will.
So do we think they're dating or into each other photo? I don't know what's up between these two.
While they're having their moment, Riddler, I'll let you carry on with that scene.
Okay. I'll get my processes going, but I'm gonna clear their bounties. I don't want to walk around with wanted people like that. I feel like that's gonna make this harder.
Yeah. Go ahead and start working on that.
While Riddler's doing that, and me and Digit are off to the side, I'd like to put my arm around Digit and just pull her in a little bit closer. And like be looking and say, hey, it's our month anniversary living here, and it's been the best time of my life. I need to be transparent with you right now. I think I love you. And
Did it just keep going.
Something we're gonna go and do this. Yeah, we're gonna go and get back out there. We're gonna run the shadows again. We're gonna fuck some corpse up. But I just needed, whatever happens, I just need to tell you right now that this is how I feel. Okay, I'm looking over. Try not to be too loud. Looking over, and I don't know how you feel about me. I hope you feel the same. But yeah, that's where I'm at.
If the Microsoft crashing noise could be personified into a person, that's what's happening in Digit's brain. Just like,
yeah, and I feel like for like the briefest of moments, you remember when you and your dad were thinking about and just talking about him one day, like walking down the Matrix aisle, probably in some nerdy video game, and just holding your hand and hugging the partner that you decided to settle down with, and just like tears in his eyes there on the hospital bed.
when this is done, we are going to find a new place without a roommate. We'll have to be smaller, but it can be fine if we don't have to get multiple bedrooms, So, nothing bad is going to happen to us. Everything's gonna be fine. And then everything's gonna be fine. And
I pull her close and kiss her. I try.
yes, go for it. Yes.
What's your? Can you roll perception?
Sure.
Horo?
And the Riddler and Riddler. I feel like the only one
perception.
the only one who can is Digit.
Digit is just like, oh my god.
2 hits. I don't know.
2 hits, actually, on 4 dice. Good roll, dude.
Nice. It's very hard to hear, but you can almost like every now and then between the specks of the 2 white noise generators that are on, you can hear like a chainsaw like turning on and off every now and then. It's a chainsaw like coming on and off every now and then.
Digit's just like bright fucking red.
Yeah, and it's like it's a few moments where like Rain is also like looking like
I don't want to interrupt your. I can clear the bounties on your heads. If that's
What?
You
into
look
that sort
over
of
and we're probably having a moment.
Yeah.
I'm probably like holding Digit.
yeah.
And smooching her
Breath
beautiful
upon
face.
breath, like you can feel each other's heartbeats,
Yeah.
the sweat
Her
on
hair.
your brow. Yeah.
The
We've been-
sweat is a bit much, bitch.
To Horror, we've been backlit by that spirit that's just glowing fire in
Yeah.
the doorway.
Yeah, well, that only Horo can see.
The only I can see.
Yeah, everyone else is just like, it actually, Horo, you'll notice that like every window has a miniature version of that fire spirit,
Shit.
just kind of pressed against the glass, like.
Okay, blocking that out of my vision.
So yeah, just whenever you're ready, I can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool.
You know,
yeah.
I'm,
This will not be the
Cool.
last time. This will not be the last time. Cool. Yeah, nothing bad's gonna happen to us. Everything's gonna be great. If you could clear those bounties, that'd be super cool. I'm gonna go get my stuff. Yes, And she's just gonna like sip up.
You know, I certified a couple weddings in my day. If you guys are unifications, or unions as they're called now, if you're interested, because we're gonna go in somewhere deep, and yeah, now's the time to do whatever you think you need to before something potentially bad happens.
That's up to us when we get back.
Yeah, when?
Just
Don't say it
don't
like that. Don't say it like that. Don't say it like that.
Yeah, just don't make it too late. Last time I saw my mom, I told her she was a bitch, and then they turned her into a monster, and I became a runner, and we killed her, and I couldn't say anything else. So these moments you have are,
Yeah.
you should always consider them to be your last moments, because life gets in the way.
So I'm gonna start on the cleaning.
Yeah, really. Why don't we go out into the hallway, and when you guys are ready, we'll be out there, and we can go.
If you do end up having sex, at least turn the boombox down a little, because if I didn't mention it, she would have yelled at me.
Yay!
And I'll scurry out into the hallway.
Yeah, Rain will too. Just like,
I kind of look over at Digit like and raise an eyebrow like.
Yeah, no. Huh.
No, okay, no.
No, I just, yeah. Oh,
Let me get my sword.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yep. Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on right now.
Slow-mo sword. Shh.
Oh, God.
Don't make
Is that long
joke.
sword style?
That's so long.
Is it a curved sword? Or
A little bit, just a little bit.
Oh,
Hey,
God,
listen,
yes.
it doesn't matter for your
Especially on the
sword.
tip.
It's how you use it. We have jokes here on this recording. Is it really hard on the viewers to keep up with this? I mean, there's a gazillion different ways we could spin this right now, but
God.
I mean, come on. There's you have a boner to pick with us.
In the hallway outside, I will like raise my hand up to catch the droid that Toby usually pilots and go, help Gary. You're gonna do I imagine this one would be a little easier, and I'll have Tobias focus on Digit, since I imagine Digit already has a couple of her tracks covered at least. And I noticed that Evan mentioned he doesn't use Cyberdex at all, so I'm gonna have like the heavy processing sprite is gonna be trying to tackle his tech, and I want to just clear the bounties.
Yeah, and like Rain out there is like, I mean, it's nice and everything to see like that, like I guess intimacy, but sometimes there's just not enough time to get your rocks off, you know? Like, dear God.
I mean, it depends on how quick
The door slam, like.
It depends on how quickly your rocks get off.
Yeah, it's just trying to get in the mood and everything in between like depression and just life, the burden of humanity and the things I've been doing. It's just trying to find space and time to have some me time. This is awkward conversation. Yeah.
Riddler's not gonna look up, just go, I mean, how long has it been? You know, just like scrolling through files, not looking at her.
Oh God. I mean, the person we were talking about earlier, Nax, and I had like a one night type thing, and whew. And I think before that there was like a Craigslist group orgy that I went to. It was more classy than it sounded.
I would hope so.
Yeah, they had good chicken figures. The sex was subpar, but the platter was great. And you know, I've got some of the new stuff, but it's just, you know, finding time, you know, nearby.
Well, I offer a lot of different services.
Are you propositioning me for sex right now, or?
I'm busy right now.
Oh yeah. Me too.
Technically, I wasn't propositioning you for anything. I just offer a lot of different services.
Okay, yeah, that's good to know. Yeah.
Are we just gonna stand here in silence now?
Yeah, we'll just sit here until they're done and ready.
That works.
The door opens and
How long? How much time has passed?
6 minutes.
Yeah.
We did it twice. No, I'm kidding. No.
Efficient.
And Horo's looking a little bit flustered. And they're packing weapons and looking ready. They're looking like cool Shadowrun.
Yeah.
Ready to fucking get on with this job.
Yeah.
It's pro time. It's game time.
Impeccable outfit. Hair's a little muscled.
I got makeup on my. Oh.
You have a sticker. You have a sticker on your cheek.
Oh, sticker on your. I was like, there's like a star at the tip of your tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ! How?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're
how the pair of
Everywhere.
you are dressed.
We're ready. We're so ready.
Mhm. Yeah.
Seeing how the pair of you are dressed, Riddler will just go. "Wait, hold on a second, and I'll go back into the apartment and come out with this long trench coat that looks like leather at first, but is actually a screen all the way around. Like it's like just laced with LEDs all through the jacket. And I'll have it project a giant green and purple question mark on my back. Go, okay, let's go.
And this is Ember. She snaps in like this 10-foot tall tiefling-esque fire spirit like appears and
Holy shit!
Oh, yeah. Hi. Okay, friends. Hi, Amber.
any one
Sorry.
of you fucking touch Rain. I swear to God, I'm gonna burn you from the inside out.
We're good there. There's just she's squeezing Horo's hand. Just when the spirit appeared, just like absolute, like.
I'll take my fucking time. I don't give a fuck.
Anyway, she's kind of hot, but we don't have to
It's
talk about
literally
it.
hot. She's pretty hot.
Fucking amazing, sexy as hell, and hot. Okay, I'm out. And she just kind of goes
Okay.
back into the astral
cool.
plane.
How long was that person there for?
That's my main guardian spirit. We have kind of like a long-term contract, so it's very protective.
Okay, cool.
She was outside the barrier the whole time. She's just on the. Yeah. Yeah, I should have told you.
No. Remember, I don't want to know. I never.
If you
wanna
don't
know.
see it, you don't have
see
to
it.
worry about it. If you
Yep,
can't, if you can't see it, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. It's not. There's nothing.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
It's
there's
not-
nothing.
It's not
Right.
like you remember back when there was the thing on you, the spirit was like on you.
Yeah, I remember. It's still. She's like.
Oh no! Sorry. Sweet hand
The
squeeze.
Riddler, as you're doing your scrubbing, one of your AIs kind of chimes in. Actually, this might be interesting for you and your attention right now. And sends over a link of a live stream from YouTube. And you see three what looks like dwarven women, each wearing kind of like this powder girl-esque school uniform, like Bubbles, Buttercup, and Blossom. And Bubbles is like, hey, it's your girl Bubbles. We are the powder killers. We are coming up into this apartment right now. And you see like the camera zoom in on like your guys' building.
Oh
And
shit!
It's like, we're gonna kill some people for money.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Oh shit!
What
Oh
the
shit!
fuck?
Oh shit! Can we see this?
I'll project
Does-
it on my jacket.
You see it on your jacket, and Buttercup's
We're
in the
gonna leave.
background. Like, if you like donate or do bits and stuff, we'll do like special finisher moves from Mortal Kombat. So you guys can figure that out as you
Get
want.
the fuck. We need to get the fuck
We
out
need
of
to
here.
leave. There's at least 2 other exits. One of which is not on public record. So let's take the not public record one and vamoose out of here. Do you all have a ride? Because we have a ride. Do you have a ride?
I have a car. Yeah.
Cool.
I took the bus.
Why don't you go in the car with Riddler and Horo and I will we'll rendezvous at some place. Where do we need to rendezvous? Just like as Digit's like walking to
Yeah.
the unlisted exit, emergency exit.
I know this really good dive bar about a mile east of here. It's called the Slurp.
It's a horrible little name, but sure.
All right, let's meet up there as soon as possible.
Yep.
Good luck, everyone. It's just like as everyone starts to move and everything. And everyone give me a perception.
Fucking A.
5 hits.
Yo! 5 hits on 7 dice.
0 hits on
Oh,
4
yeah.
dice. I am panicking.
Yeah, Digit and Horo, you hear kind of like a which sounds like a rocket launcher.
At us or at where we used to be?
At where you used to be.
Sounds good. Just keep running. Digit is now pulling up every single camera. I think one hand's holding onto like Horo's hand, and the other is as she's like looking through the matrix, scanning all the cameras to keep an eye on those three's position in relation to us.
Yeah. So the moment this rocket launcher smashes into your room and explodes everything that, and you know, the memories, the bed, every computer that you guys had in there just gets torn up, and several like floors get massacred. Fire erupts, and a lot of the cameras start going down just because the connection is lost and the damage. There's smoke coming from the building, and like cries of help and panic start to arise from the flames.
Can I pull the fire alarm?
Yeah, there is no fire alarm. What are you talking about?
F. All right, we're just running.
We're on that Suzuki.
Yeah.
Get on that back of the Suzuki. Do we know where the Riddler and Rain are they okay?
I'm
So-
following Rain.
Yeah, Rain, when hearing this, kind of grabs the Riddler and like
Oh my god.
takes you down like this clothing garbage chute, where you guys kind of plow through the dead carcasses of rats as well as other things that have tried to crawl up, and land in a pile of dead animals and garbage in the back.
Why?
Like just kind of like fall out, like smoke erupting from that pipeline, and they just like, oh god, oh god,
Oh god, I think I have tetanus by contact.
yeah, I think we're gonna die. I think they won. Oh, jeez. What are they doing now?
Jacket! And I take off the jacket and start just. This is the only nice piece of clothing I have.
I'm sorry. Check YouTube.
Oh, right. Toby, bring it up.
Yeah, Bubbles is right there. It was like this, like she like when she rolls up her sleeves on her like school dress, you like see these like huge muscles as she like has this rocket launcher on her back, and she's like, yeah, I did it, guys. Now to pursue and hunt them down. Tonight, if you want us to crucify them, then you need to reach 500 nuyen for the donation goal, okay? All right, let's do this.
Can I tell Toby to start sending distracting messages in their chat and like fake donations and charge back them? Like just anything I can do to
Yeah,
make them
just
focus
like
on
all
the
this
stream and
stuff
distract
happening
them.
there. Yeah. And you know, it's like Blossom is the Decker who's like, what the fuck? I don't know about this. But yeah, for what vehicle are you guys going into, Riddler?
I own a lime green, what is it? A lime green Hyundai Shinhyung sports sedan. It is lime green with purple trim, and it's got one of those long antennas, and it's got a question mark at the end of it.
Cool.
All right, in. Oh, my car's gonna. Okay.
Yeah, it
and
stinks
I'll-
in here.
Yeah,
'cause-
yes, it does, and I'll start it.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys, all of you guys, tear down the road headed towards the Slurp. You notice, Riddler, that they appear to be like about 5 minutes behind everyone. Previously, like with that, the motorcycle noise and the car noise and the driving vehicles coming out had them running towards their own vehicle, which is like this like white hearse with like the bubbles, buttercup and blossom like colors on it. It's pretty nice. It's classy with spinners too.
Oh boy. Oh boy. They're following us, Rain. They're following us. What do we do?
She like opens up a group chat with Horo and
Digit and
yeah. Hey, they are following us, just so you know.
Can I try and hack their car and make it crash?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Do
I would love.
Do you want us to come back around and like help?
Yeah.
All right.
Digit's like holding
Hold on.
very tight. Yeah.
Digit, hold on.
Yep.
Okay, and I clutch, gear down, 2, pop, pop, and then drop, and then just like let go of the clutch and rev, and the whole bike just like falls. The back spins around, and then the wheel spins up.
Hell yeah.
And we're back. We're going back the direction we come, and then we're like fucking. And we're like, everything's just whizzing past.
Oh, this is awesome. Okay, Digit, go ahead and do that roll. Probably cracking.
Would hacking be of
Yes.
benefit to me? Yeah, I'd like to roll a lot of
And
die.
give me a drive. And same for you, Riddler.
Piloting?
Yeah, piloting.
6 hits out of 25 die rolled.
Oh, one hit. Oh,
I do
that's
get
better than no hits.
I do get a free edge because I'm performing a matrix action. God, there's so many qualities in crap. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
you do get let's see, Riddler, you get 2 edge, Digit, you get 1 edge, and Evan, Horo gets 3 edges during these rolls. So
And 2 edges, 2 additional dice.
I think, what was it? 1 edge I think is +1 die, right? Or am I remembering that incorrectly?
1 edge, I think, allows you to reroll 1 of your failed die if you would like.
Oh,
You
okay.
can also inflict negative modifiers, if I remember correctly, on the opponent.
Roger. I'll re-roll 2 of those. And I'll get a 3rd success, so 3 hits.
I will also use some of that edge as soon as I can pull up what edges do again. You'd think I'd learn to open the source book.
Nah, there's like edge always comes
Can
up.
I keep
later.
these edges
Yeah.
for like, so the piloting, I'll keep the piloting because I don't think it's going to make us crash having 1 success. I'll keep that extra edge.
Excellent.
I do get a free edge for logic-based tests, so I will use that 1 edge to just reroll 1 of them and see if it adds something. It doesn't. Fucking squat on my dig. Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a use it or lose it, so
It's kind of like this back and forth as the kind of in the Matrix as you and Blossom are like trying to fight over the wheel. So you have it every now and then. It's like her, and then she gets it back, and it's kind of this back and forth as this vehicle continues to like meander. Buttercup seems to pop out of the top of the hearse. And with this chain gun, we're talking about 1,000 pounds of military bot weaponry with rounds the size of Horo's fist. Yeah, just kind of like she gets up there, just like, shh, let's do this, and like gunfire shoots down the highway, just kind of destroying the road on either side of you, Riddler. But you're able, with like some nice driving, like you just see the concrete spit up and smack into the window, but no
I
actual
will spare
damage.
everyone's ears, but I like top, back of throat, full screaming, just like trying to not die.
Yeah, and Rain is just kind of on a little old flip phone, and looks like she's playing like Neopets. Just kind of like, okay, I gotta get that on, man.
Yeah, just
It's like that TikTok noise where it's like the really heavy like beats and then the do 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 do.
Exactly,
That's you and Ryan right now.
All right. Next round-ish. Riddler, you can continue dodging with piloting. Digit, you do notice that there is a very large truck kind of coming. You guys are approaching a four-way stop with lights and stuff as vehicles are going back and forth. What are you guys all gonna do?
Does Horo see the truck? That's Digit's concern.
Oh yeah, Horo is an
okay.
expert driver. Okay, it's kind of like I feel like Horo goes into that like pause frame with his eyes are like glancing down a street to every vehicle. And it's like,
I'm used to high speed. This is high speed. Everything I perceive everything around us is like threat, major threat.
Yeah, that person's watching the Gilmore Girls through the window. You feel Digit's fingernails on your chest, just kind of tapping nervously against your heartbeat.
Does the truck have a driver, or is it an automated truck?
It's an automated truck.
Cool. I'd like to hack the truck to have it slam into their car.
All right, perfect. Go ahead and roll it.
which would be helpful because I only got one hit. So
Oh,
imagine they're giving me-
Oh, yikerinos. 11 hits on that truck, please, and thank you. Well, just because I get for any logic-based test, I get a free edge. So let's just use one of these. Oh, look at that, 12 hits, baby.
Yeah,
Let's
and you would have
go.
gotten. So you'd also get 2 edges against this thing
cool.
too. Horo,
let's
definitely
fix-
do a pilot.
Okay.
So I get 2 edges for this action. Then let's instead of getting
Can I
that
add
one
edge to piloting roll?
Mm-hmm.
How do I,
Yeah, what is it, Digit, since you're on the page?
how much edge are you spending?
They have a lot right now, so.
Okay,
I think
for
I'm
one edge, you
3.
can reroll 1 die, add 3 to your initiative score, use an edge action. 2, you can get +1 to a single die roll. You can
What's
give
3
an
do?
edge. 3, you can buy an automatic hit.
Okay, 3.
Heck yeah.
I don't add anything to modifiers then on input value, do I? Or-
Yeah, you just do your pilot, and then whatever you
Okay.
get, you add +1 hit to it.
Did that roll? Nope. Oh, hold on. Did it roll
yeah.
to? Oh yeah, here we go. It might have rolled twice. I didn't roll the first. There's 4 hits anyway there.
All right, so
Oh, no.
total 5. Or...
Why is it added? Why does it put 5 edge in brackets?
I think so. It spent the edge to give you the auto hit, and so it's giving you instead of giving you a 6, which would be like if you got a bunch of 6s would be considered a crit. It's just giving you an automatic like flat hit,
Okay.
which is 5.
Okay, cool.
Would be my understanding of how the system works,
Yeah,
but you
it's
know.
a weird thing there. And Riddler got 1. All right, so the chaos that unfolds before you is some crazy shit because you have Horo coming through this 4-way stop along passing the Riddler, who has like these rounds being shot at them. Riddler, you can probably hear like as there's like a crack and probably some broken glass on the driver's side of the window, like a very shrill scream as you guys are like passing by each other. Very much that what is it, like Mario Luigi, like or that Umbrella Academy. While Rain's still playing on her phone. And like it looks like Buttercup as like the gun is moving around towards Horo. This thing just kind of rips the back part of your vehicle, Riddler, just off. So you're down to like 3 wheels as like the back driver's side of your vehicle just gets shredded from all these bullets. Sparks fly. You feel the air around you, and you can kind of see this huge truck coming down from your left towards this four-way. And it just slams right into this powder puff-esque vehicle.
And the screaming increases.
It's just like... there is an explosion, and with the expertise of one of the best drivers ever, Horo, I feel like you go underneath the truck just as it smacks into this Powder Puff Girl vehicle. So it's very much like as like
it Tokyo
goes over.
drifts.
Yeah.
Like the truck is like going sideways to take up as much room on the road as Horo's like sliding under it, and the digit's just gonna send like a smiley face to Blossom, like smile. Heads up.
Hashtag thoughts and prayers.
She's a truck. Honk.
And yeah, like after it, like this explosion erupts as this vehicle crashes into the Powder Puff Girls, slamming them into a laundromat, and their YouTube feed just goes dead as like fire erupts from that laundromat, and the Riddler's vehicle just kind of like goes like screeching on the highway. And Rain is looking over like, I think your tire's flat.
I am going to kill you.
And Horo, as you kind of like come back up after like sliding under this vehicle.
The bike up. Yeah. And then pull up beside Riddler and Rain.
Thank you. I'm assuming the truck was yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yours truly.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Are
Yeah.
you our tow motorcycle or?
No, Rain,
No.
where do you remember who we are?
I remember. It's a joke. Oh my god.
Okay, gotcha.
We can't fit you all on.
real quick, Riddler. I thought you were wiping the bounties.
Well, you know, I was in the process of it, but considering it was already up for a little while before I started, I guess someone found out about stuff. They should be done now, right? 45?
Yeah. I mean, I've gotten the bounties. So the main issue is that they keep coming up. So I erase them, and then someone puts in pretty much the new order, and it just also it seems like there are several individuals who are just who might not have seen that the bounty has been erased, and
We're not safe. This is not over yet.
We need to go.
All they do is just crash. They could still be in there. All right. We
They
either
probably
go in and
still
take
are.
them out,
Are
or we
they
get
gonna-
out.
They just got hit by a semi. Are they still going to be chasing us?
Yeah.
You hear just like explosions.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's like screaming.
We
Oh
should still leave. Yeah, somewhere else. We need to. I don't think a bar is going to be a great option actually anymore.
Speaking of which, Horo, as like this conversation is happening, you look down the road, and you notice that there is this very pale-looking man with long black hair. He has a like this cybernetic canine next to him, like this rigger-esque thing, with a blade saw on either side of it, and he currently has what looks like stakes, like just like very thin metallic sharp pointing nails that are about the size of your fist. Let's just keep using your fist as the measurement, so or the length of your arm, very like long.
We need to go now.
Let's leave. Yeah, that one. Can Digit see the scary man with the long fingernails?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's leave. Do you need They can't fit on the
Get it back in the powder puff. The powder puff's working. Is it not? No. It's
No,
missing half.
that thing is gone.
I mean, I can
That
still
thing is-
drive it. I'll just have to drive it better.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys see like the truck is starting to be pushed backwards.
Ooh, we need to go, vamos!
You see Buttercup like some of the machinery on her is like scratched and damaged, and the flesh has been burnt, and she's just like, oh god, you killed my sisters, you sons of bitches. Oh god.
I'll put flowers on their grave for you. Bye-bye. Let's go.
I'll reach into the glove compartment, pop another 2 pills, and then I will take the sticker off of the center console, which is not an actual car center console, and I'll put the little physical droid in the center, turn it, and it'll glow blue, and it'll go from a lime green to this dark green, and the purple is like more pronounced in neon, and I go, okay, Toby, you're driving. I'm done with this. And I like crank the chair all the way back and put my cyber deck in like a mount that's on the top of the thing. And I'm just gonna try. I'm making all lights green, and I'd like to keep an eye out for just anything I can throw in their way. And I'm just like, fuck this. I'm fixing this with the Matrix, like I should have done in the first place.
All right, so let's do a matrix perception to see all the icons in the area first.
Sick.
God, matrix perception.
Cool, eh?
Yeah, which I think is just regular perception. I forget.
How are we getting everyone out of here? How's everyone getting out of here?
Oh God, I think they're just gonna drive that car.
Yeah, you see like the vehicle start to move forward, like
It's like scraping on like a thing.
We need to get them a new vehicle.
I look at if we just break into a car when we get to our next stop away from these scary people, we can make it work.
And you said that's a matrix plus perception?
Yeah. Yeah, that would work perfectly, I think. If that works, or unless you is there a specific one digit for
There
it?
is. It's legal electronics plus intuition versus a willpower sleeve.
There we go.
Legal electronics.
At least that's like, yeah, that's what's called matrix perception in the book.
No, that's
Do
perfect.
my registered electronics count as legal?
Yeah.
Yes, it's more the action of it, as opposed to the legality of your machine.
Gotcha.
Look at me learning things about this
Yeah, look
system.
at you, you're so pro.
That's going to be.
That's why I love you.
Dice.
I'm very cool. Yes, relaxed, chilly, chill.
Why is my
Yes.
ear? My ear's
That
causing issues.
is 8 successes on 17 dice.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh my God.
So not only are you able to just kind of like everything's green, you see the icons of what you know to be runners. Runners tend to have like icons that are they just look a little bit different. They're meant to be a little bit more elusive and vague and generic. And there are about 11 icons around and headed to this location.
Okay. I'll sort of like rise up out of the ground in my cyber deck, and Gary Dunn will join over, and Toby, who's like this squat little like aquatic looking fish person, will just waddle over, and I'll go, okay, we got to do this quickly. You veil it, you spike it. And I would like to have Toby use a resonance veil to cover our tracks, and then I want Gary to do a resonance spike to like throw a flashbang on the ground, basically, of like, so we can hopefully disappear.
Yeah, so I love this as you kind of like come back up with a little seagull. As you know, you start like sending off all these actions to these programs and stuff. Digit and Horo, what are you two doing? I assume Riddler, did you communicate this information?
Can Digit see like I mean, Digit can see probably Riddler's icon.
You probably see me like go back and like all the lights and shit that are going off now. Yeah, but
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stress coming from the Riddler, which probably doesn't bode well for the situation.
Oh, what are we doing, babe?
Cool. We're leaving. We're going. We're just follow the car. Follow the car. That's yeah.
Yeah, and Toby's like, this sucks. I really wanted to drive this vehicle when it was more.
yeah, I know. I'll try and get it fixed.
Yeah, and Rain pulls out a this kind of talisman, this with like a black pearl set in the center of it, and looks about ready to crush it. She looks over at Horo and Digit, particularly keeping an eye on Digit. Remember, last moments. That's what we'll end it for today. Thank you everyone for showing up to whatever this is, the side quest. Hey.
What?
Mitchell.
What do you want from me?
Mitch Wallace. What is going on?
What is happening?
Cool stuff. Yeah.
Is there gonna be a side quest 2?
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll just end it there, right? I like a little vague ending, right?
Okay, that's cool.
No questions answered.
That's good. That's fine. That's fine. There's a lot of there's plenty of vagueness on how that ends. And that, I guess that ties in with how the Autumn Fireflies is working now, because you can't have it clear cut, can you? You gotta have that mystery.
Exactly.
How close? Out of curiosity, on a complete tangent, how close is Esmondo to Mount Kilimanjaro?
Oh, it's west of it. If I remember correctly, let me.
Interesting.
Yeah, if Riddler survives this, they might think like, maybe I'm not half bad at this Shadowrun stuff.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna get a job. This sounds awesome. Yeah, the Mount Kilimanjaro is just south of Kenya, in Tanzania. And Asamando is, I think, the northwest of Africa, like the Ghana, Nigeria area.
Huh, interesting. Maybe Digit has some friends in Esmondo now.
I'm just glad that Horo survived as well.
Yeah.
Riddler and Horo survived. We know
Everyone's
Digit survives.
Everyone's fine. Everything's fine. No one dies.
Yeah.
Oh.
Perfect. Great. That literally was a beach episode. That was a beach episode.
Wasn't it a beach episode? Didn't I say it'd be a beach episode?
No, you didn't. You actually didn't say it would be a beach episode, funnily enough, as it were. But.
Lights out. All I have is life will come again. Well, your worth was never in question.
Not leaving you.
It was you. It was always you. You belong.
I'm the victim
You've
here.
always belonged.
We're not giving up on this. Who the fuck are you?
Please stay with us.
You have nothing to prove.
I'm always here.
No, I'm just going to help.
Presses against your fire.
You killed me, Goop.
Snuffs him out.
I don't want you to do this.